Hi, I'm James Shillinglaw. I'm here with John Green of JG Collection. Now, what's JG Collection? We're going to find out all about that and more, but I'll give you a hint. It's a little bit about luxury hotels. And this is Insider Travel Report. Now, John, first of all, explain exactly what JG Collection. You have some wonderful properties around the world, and in fact, some concentrated up in Scotland. But tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you, James. I've been very kind of you to interview me. 7 years ago, we fell in love with a little castle called Inverlochy up in Scotland, and
as one does, right?
You can do, and I was married there with my now wife, ex-Mandarin Oriental, ex-Four Seasons. We came together. We set a company up in London. Scotland was our first client, and we developed a management company up there. We're now managing several properties up in Scotland. Inverlochy Castle is the famed one, but we've got cromlechs, cross baskets, Rockpool, grey walls on Muirfield. The Isle of Eriska's just come into the portfolio now, so it's good times for us in Scotland at the moment.
Yeah, I'd love to go up there. I've loved Scotland. It's my heritage too, but the castles are amazing. But you also have other properties in the collection as well, right?
Absolutely. We've got a lot of European. We've just opened up a hotel in New York. Recently, in the last 2 weeks, Hendrix in Midtown.
Yeah, I've heard of that one. Yeah.
And we have just taken on a brand called Armagnac in Barcelona, which will expand into Vienna, looking into Prague, looking into Zagreb. There's a brilliant company called Mob Hotels. You'll probably know the owner, Michel, from La Reserve, and you'll look at Cyril, who set up Mama Shelter, Edward Farwick from the Standard in New York. They're all got together, and they're in La Plus in the antique district of Paris, and now we have Lyon, Washington coming online as well. Not forgetting our friends in Girona, where we have Dennis O'Brien's PGA Camarol Hotel. We're waiting to get the Ryder Cup go ahead for 2030, but that's a bidding process at the moment, as you can imagine. But within Scotland as well, we fell upon some partners who have this stunning resort that we're constructing on the island of Bequia, just in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
That's what I want to talk to you about. That's your newest one that's coming up, and it's part of it's already out there. Talk a little bit about that property, because a lot of our advisors may not know exactly where Bequia is.
It's interesting when you talk to people here at Virtuoso Week, and they're looking at you in the eye and saying, okay, educate me on Bequia. It's this phenomenal island, just literally about a 30-minute transfer time from St. Vincent. And you've got Air Canada, you've got American Airlines, you have Caribbean flying into St. Vincent. Probably not as well known as many of the other islands. And the archipelago, you follow around, you have Cottonhouse, Pity St. Vincent, Canouan there. Bequia is the first stop, so you can fly into Barbados and take SVG, land on the island. And now Bequia is a very special place. If you think back to St. Bart's 40 years ago, you pretty much have Bequia very much of the bygone era, how the Caribbean should be. And we termed the name the Liming, the art of doing nothing, for that very reason. So you really can relax, unwind. I mean, I know we talk about a lot with the human connection about actually having conversations. There is internet on the island. Probably doesn't work as well as it will do in St. Bart's, but it's about getting together, and it's about relaxing, unwinding. Clearly there's a luxury element to it, so we're bringing something we think relatively new to this particular island.
And how many rooms is it?
We've got 9 villas at the moment. Okay. There is plans to develop upon that, and we'll put some tennis courts in there, but we built out into the sea this amazing restaurant. We trained the general manager in Scotland, and this is part of our relationship with the tourist board and the Prime Minister on the island, and brought that expertise back, helped the locals. And I kid you not, James, when you get onto the island, the locals are really pleased to see you, and it's not that they're looking at you in any suspicious way. They're genuinely very happy. And every time I speak to people, particularly in the UK, which is where we're working, there are notable people that know this island that don't want me to promote it because they don't want it to get too busy, and they don't want over-tourism as we're talking about here. But we want people to know about it here at Virtuoso. And
now, when will it be ready in full?
Well, this is its first full season. We opened up last season very, very quietly. Okay. We brought in some people over here in the US to help promote it from this side quite recently. So we're here at Virtuoso to talk about it, try and get it within the family. But we realized we need to get some of the agents and Matthew's fraternity down there to see it and to educate it, because as you said, people don't know where it is.
Now, so basically from Scotland to Paris to New York and now to Beckway.
Yeah.
So you're bringing a little bit of Scotland to Beckway, I sound.
Absolutely, and that's important for us as well. My managing director, Norbert, used to work in the Caribbean as well. My brother's down there in Turks and Caicos as well. They have a fundamental here, and I have a fundamental understanding of what we feel the Caribbean is about. And that's, the sustainable tourism package is important for us. We'll bring some of the staff back to Scotland and help train them in some of our hotels and put them back. And we've got some great people in our arsenal. We've been working with Alba and Michel Roux over in Scotland for a long time. We've curated that collection really well, and owners have come to us and said, look, how can we be part of that collection, and how can we help each other? So there is a bit of a movement there, and we already operate the Plantation House on Beckway.
That's already there.
Yeah, so the liming is the next evolution for us, and who knows where that might lead us.
Well, we'd love to get down there and see it one of these days and do some shoots and interview your general manager down there.
Absolutely.
And of course, for my heritage, I'd love to get up and see all your Scottish properties and sort of go and see what's going on there, because there's nothing better than a Scottish castle to go stay in, absolutely.
You are always welcome, James, and you come into London, come and stay at our new Vintry and Mercer in the City of London and the Ampersand, and then travel up to Scotland and then take a trip. When I finish this, I need to depower myself, so I'm taking my entire family to the Hillside Beach, which is one of our hotels in Turkey, down in Fethiye as well. So
fantastic, great. Now, if for travel advisors who want to connect with you and work with you, what's the best way to do that?
The best way, well, clearly, obviously, everything is available on Virtuoso, but obviously, people will be familiar with me and my organisation. www.jg-collection.com is the website. Okay. I've got several other phenomenally efficient ladies. I'm the man that just does the talking. They do the hard work for me when I'm out doing something like this. So, but I live and breathe hotels. I just love being here, and I love being amongst the people.
You're former Four Seasons too, right?
I am. We just bumped into my old friend Ben Trott, and it's amazing when you come back year on year. You see some of the familiar faces and how they've risen up the ranks. Rightly so, they're all great people here, and that's why I love coming back, because you're going to renew the relationships we already have, meet new ones, because clearly I'm not getting any younger, and travel advisors are, and that's what I like about this space, because then you get new ideas and you get really inspired and you're full of enthusiasm when I go back after this.
Well, John, thank you very much for filling us in on the JG Collection, which sounds wonderful, and the new property that's coming online, which is online already in Beckway, and you're working on that one. It sounds like a phenomenal group of hotels, and I'm eager to take a look at that. And I think for your clients, you should really take a look at this and see there may be a perfect fit for you in Scotland, in New York, in Paris, in Turkey, or in Beckway. Thanks very much.
Pleasure. Thank you very much, James. Appreciate it.
I'm James Shillinglaw, and this is Insider Travel Report.